In a pool of shadow I am, in raven form, waiting. The night is crisp with frost, and our Earth Mother watches from her lofty throne, a limpid eye that illuminates the river like precious, shivering silk. I discern the forlorn cries of those condemned to die as they rise and fall on the chill breeze and weep. My sisters? Perhaps, in one sense, and yet they are as innocent as I am not. They do not know the craft as I do, nor are they blessed with the sight. Or is it cursed? I can no longer tell the difference. The Puritans have decided their fate by proxy, abdicating responsibility to a greedy witch-pricker, whose pockets still jangle with the bones of those that did not bleed in Berwick. 20 shillings per slim and fragile neck is a goodly return. Souls for coals, yes, at least here, where dusty stones as black as my borrowed wings matter more than pale flesh. Coal is a ruthless king that bows the backs of men and strikes the fear of God into the hearts of all dissenters. He will be worshipped with pick and shovel and human sacrifice. I fly to the window now and peer with beady eye through iron bars into the gloomy, frigid cell. There they sit, old and young alike, cold, hungry, and consumed by a winnowing sorrow. I feel their thoughts as though they are my own, a swirling confusion of remembrance mainly. A few clutch at the fragile notion of past happiness, a lover's touch forever treasured, a child suckling at the breast. But most tremble in fear and hopelessness. But hope is not extinguished all at once, like a snuffed candle. No, it first grows dim, and hunger bites and sickness walks like the grim reaper amongst those you care for. It fades a little more as cruelty and neglect take their savage toll, and conflict rapes the future like a thief in the night. And here, amongst such women as these, the flame gutters and finally dies. And the river flows on, such a river as cares neither for milk nor honey unless it can be traded. This is a man's river, the king's river, the old King Cole. There is prosperity to be had for those touched by that gritty finger of fate, whose fortunate births have placed them upon this earth as lords, who raise their wealth from the ground and care not for those born to drag it out upon their backs. Ah, the bitterness wells up in me as I watch these poor wretches wring their hands and sob, waiting for a morning that will herald little more than a final view of the town moor through the eye of a hangman's noose. I squawk involuntarily, and a girl looks up. She has the face of an older woman, but is probably no more than 20. Her eyes are ringed red, and the moonlight pales her as though she were already a ghost. She stares at me blankly, but I can sense her silent prayers. She asks for the wings of a raven to fly up and away into the night, and then for forgiveness for such foolishness. She looks away, and the flame of hope winks out. I cannot save you, my sisters, but I will take our revenge upon this so-called witch-pricker. I swear to you by the Mother, he will not enjoy the fruits of his wicked calling. Though he may have pierced the flesh of many innocents already, I did not know of him in the borderlands. Forgive me, my sisters, for if I had, I might have stopped him, smothered him in his sleep perhaps. But no, I could not have known. I must bide my time, but trust me, sisters, it will be done. I fly to the nearby tavern where I know he will be. The windows glow amber from the fire crackling in the hearth as he sits alone, hunched over a flagon of ale, a less than pure Puritan. I study his face as flickering shadows lick across his red-veined cheeks. His wits are dulled by the ale, but I can still feel the lust, greed, and self-satisfaction seeping from his sweating skin. The pride, the avarice. He is a foul man, a damaged man, but crafty with it. He will not be easy to bring down. I must at least render him low, halt this rabid lust for pain and suffering, this hate of women. If I can shape it, I will bring him to the same end as his many victims, mother willing. I am silent and still, yet he has seen me or sensed me. He sneers in my direction, his wet, fleshy lips damp and slack, bloodshot eyes rheumy, crucifix falling about his chest, shimmering upon a stained tunic. It is a challenge. I hear it, feel it, and it is one that I accept.
The bird mocks me. It is no more than a smear upon the frosted glass, and yet it mocks me. Evil always finds a way to rise again. It is no ordinary bird, no, but a foul spirit that chills me to the bone despite this fire. I can feel its knife-like talons upon my heart. A scream rises in my chest. You have no power over me. And then it is gone. You have no power over me, I mumble, quietly reassured by the smooth, warm cross between my fingers. More ale, I think, much more.
I take to the sky again and soar ever higher. The town is laid out before me, the criss-crossing streets and alleyways, obscured by a mix of smoke and shadow, where danger lurks like a golem raised from the mud. Ships like monstrous ghosts creak and groan against the jetties. But far above me, stars carpet the heavens like jewels. Yes, there is beauty in creation. All is not yet despoiled. I see it now. I have waited, and it has come again. The flame-red crescent over the eastern horizon, beyond the sea. The slumbering menace of a new day awakens, and the fox once more leaves his lair in search of food. Soon the crowds will gather. Soon the entertainment will begin. I fly to the moor and alight upon the gallows. Only the hangman is present at this early hour. He flinches at the sight of me and throws a rock, but I am too quick. I caw at him angrily, and he backs away, the superstitious fool. I cannot bear to stay to witness this injustice. The creak of the rope as it swings lazily on the breeze sickens me, and I have seen it all before. The baying of the crowds, the abject fear of the women, the shuddering, twitching struggles of the dying, the cruel sights, the soul-shivering sounds and rank smells. They all disgust me. I have no need or desire to stay, but I will have my revenge.
I am still drunk, but I must rouse myself. I know the smell of ale will be strong upon me, but no matter. I do God's work, and the Puritans can go to hell with the witches as far as I care. I will see Satan's women hang and take my reward, and be damned those who claim them innocent. Most of them are better off dead anyway, filthy, vile creatures. God speaks to me. In my troubled dreams I hear his voice calling me to this work, this righteous endeavor. No, my conscience is clear. I will go now to greet the dawn, and once this day is over, I will move on to pastures new. I have chased the devil from this dark and bitter town. But to where? Not far, I warrant. The raven will lead me there, yes. I can taste it like a penny upon my tongue.
St. Andrew's churchyard is still and empty of life. I alight upon a gravestone close to the old stone wall, where moss and lichen have long since taken hold. I will wait again as shadows stretch across the dewy grass to mourn you, my sisters, as you return to our mother and feed the earth with your innocent blood. There will be no consecrated ground for you, no stone or song to mark your passing. But I will know, and I will return to the pit into which you are thrown as though diseased. I will remember you, my sisters, and pledge you this: to follow the witch pricker to the ends of this world, and to bring him to ruin.
I feel the shadow of the raven upon my neck, day after day a brooding presence forever at the edge of sight. My sleep is now troubled by a suffocating dread. How I crave to squeeze the life from this black tormentor with my own bare hands. I have taken to the roads and to the lesser paths of hills and valleys, and yet I cannot escape. My life is cursed. The evil one has set his angel of death upon my heels. I live in constant fear, my bodkin concealed lest it reveal my calling. And yet I cannot bear to discard it whilst hope remains. And now even the church turns against me. Self-righteous fools who do not understand God's will, nor hear his voice as I do. They are men of power and influence and cannot be ignored. I sense their eagerness to destroy me, to cleanse their own guilt. It was they who sought my counsel, brought me into their midst to pronounce God's judgment. How they now shrink from all responsibility. I have taken to the shadows, forced to skulk like a wild dog amongst the fetid underbelly of the streets. Only the raven sees me. Only the raven caws with delight at my growing fear and calls down demonic prayers upon my head. And now they come. The raven has brought the mob to end my pitiful life. Father, do not forsake your humble servant as he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
I have whispered doubts into the minds of the high and the mighty, my sisters, and set enlightened men upon this wretched creature that grovels before me, finally broken, finally bereft. He screams obscenities as he is dragged away by those who would see an end to him and his kind. I have haunted his every waking moment and cursed his sleep. And now by his own kind he will be judged. On the morrow, those who once heralded his coming will drag him to the gallows reviled and without dignity. Revenge, though bittersweet, is mine, and yet it brings me little pleasure. I no longer have the heart for such dark matters. Though it remains my soul's desire to see an end to such mindless cruelty, I am weary of it all. Forgive me, as I now turn from this quest and set my troubled wings to loftier heights and my eyes to a new horizon. My heart longs to sup once more upon the beauty of this earth. Farewell, my sisters. My task for now is accomplished. Farewell, and blessed be.